That's like it's an interview. What do you mean? 11 minutes.
Welcome. You've now entered the agency. I'm your host, Agent MBEYARTS. And today we have a very special guest all the way from San Diego, California. I have Elisa Summiel, creator of Illustrated Melanin. Does she have another one?
Nope. I mean, my graphic design stuff is like Elisa Summiel designs, but...
Right. That's cool. Also my girlfriend. We have a very deep history, 10 years in the game, if not more. College. People outside, chopping stuff. How about you tell the people some of your early inspirations, what got you into art?
I think I've always wanted to be an artist. I remember first grade, there was this girl who could draw like just off the grip, like just natural talent, and I was just like, how do you have that? And how do I get it? So I just started practicing ever since then, and kind of just building my own style, I guess. But that's been the only thing that's ever interested me. I know I'm in like nurse scrubs, but I never wanted to be like a doctor or anything.
Yeah.
Or a lawyer. I just want to create.
I hear you. I was there, and I'm there now. So what about now? What inspires you? What pushes you to create what it is that you create?
I think now it's more so ensuring that the world sees us, like our color, our hues, our melanin. Everything is so oversaturated with this American beauty, and like you Google that and all you see are, you know, white women with straight hair and blonde blue eyes, and that's just not the reality. Like this world is full of so much color, and I just want to make sure that people see that.
So somebody recently changed the algorithms on Google. It was like, search white American doctor.
And all these black doctors. I love it.
That was fire. Why did I have to ask you about art? Illustrated Melanin. You essentially just kind of tapped into that, but speak a little bit more towards what that is, how people can like keep in tune with it.
Illustrated Melanin, I think it's always been a thing for me. I just named it finally. I put a name to it. I put a purpose behind it. Giving it a why has helped me flourish so much more in my illustration and in the message that I want to put out. So right now I'm on social media, Illustrated Melanin.
It'll be there.
And then I have Etsy, I have prints on Society 6, I have journals and notebooks on Amazon. Like eventually I want to consolidate everything to my own website and turn it into a little e-commerce thing. I just want to be everywhere. I want to be in your face wherever I can be. And just spread joy. That's the main purpose of it, just to spread joy. And so that people see that there's light and joy in our color and not so much negativity and darkness that society portrays, because that's just not how it is.
Yeah. You recently had a magazine article feature. How did that come about?
So I'm part of this mastermind group in San Diego for people of color, and there's one lady who interviewed with the magazine, and at the end you have to kind of nominate 5 people, and I was one of the people that she nominated. And they reached out, sent me an email, and I was like, I don't know you, but I'm gonna respond and see what happens. And they sent me a bunch of questions to interview me and featured me in an article. It was dope. It was actually really dope because it gave me a chance to kind of tell my story or tell myself my story so that I can properly portray it. Now I feel like I have like an elevator pitch.
Yeah, you got a hard statement on deck.
Gotta have it on deck.
And how do you feel your response you received from that? Like once you shared it and let people know that you got that feature, what was like the people's response?
I had so much good feedback. I had a lot of. We all hope for that kind of feedback, but I mean, I did myself boosted a little bit.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of positive feedback from friends, family, people I don't even know were like sharing it, and I thought that was dope. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what comes of it. I'm hoping that more recognition comes from it, and then the time that I have now, and I'm able to like push out what's in my head because there's so much.
Yeah.
So much going on in there.
So how do you manage like creative moments or like whatever pockets of creativity that you have? What happens in those moments? When do they come? Anything in that regard?
They usually come at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then I go back to sleep and lose it all by the time I wake up. But make lists. Oh my goodness, I have so many lists. I filled I have my own journals that I've filled with just stuff. Like, just off the wall words. But things that I know that I'll relate back to what I was thinking at 4 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully. But yeah, make lists. Like, that's my biggest thing right now. Just writing it out. It releases everything from your brain.
So what's your most recent creative endeavor that you can share with the people?
Once I get it done, once I get it approved, I'm coming out with coloring books, which I'm excited about because I've been coloring. Well, I guess coloring, illustrating, line drawing, whatever. It's so peaceful. It's so relaxing, and I just want to give that feeling to somebody else. But yeah, so I have coloring books coming out. That's like, I'm excited. Like, I don't want to leave you, but like, I'm ready to go back to.
10, 4. I got you. I got you. Anyway, you do have a part of your artistic journey took you across the pond, as they say. Could you brief us on that experience studying abroad?
That's probably what motivated all of this melanin stuff, because you go somewhere else where you think there's going to be a plethora of everything, color, culture, and there's not. So you kind of have to create your own. It was a good experience. It was different. I think that I needed it to kind of refocus why I went into graphic design in the first place. Whether it was to continue with print design and going into maybe magazines or working for an agency and dishing out logos and branding material. But I kind of steered into, well, the major was communication design, so it kind of focused me to communicate as opposed to just making stuff.
Yeah.
And then that kind of catapulted everything to figuring out my illustration and why, like the purpose behind everything. But it's been so much back and forth, which is always like you kind of, as an artist, struggle with creating things for yourself versus other people, and their perspective, and not letting that cloud your perspective. Yeah, grad school was interesting. That's the best word for it. It's a great experience. I did love being over there.
How long were you?
Year and a half.
Where?
I was in Winchester. Winchester, England. The school was the University of Southampton, but the art school was in a different town, which I didn't know until like the day before I got there. Like it was a whole mess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then somewhere in there I showed up.
Yes. You came for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We explored London, got lost.
Did we get lost?
We did. Not purposefully lost, like not lost. Like, you can always find your way back.
Gotta find my way back. Anyway, Jaheim the Vibes.
Yeah.
That was what, 2010? 2009, Jaheim?
Yeah.
Anyway. Last thing, your morning inspiration. Was you still struggling with titling?
Oh yeah, I need to name it. I don't have to name it, but it would be cool to name it. But every morning, I get up, well, later in the morning, but I get up and I dance around the living room. And it's just a freeing, fun experience that brings me joy, that has consequently brought other people joy. And so it's been over a year now that I've been doing it. And I love it.
Mamas love it. Apparently. Everybody's mama got a perspective. Yeah, I think it's super, like, great way to set off your day.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever you think you're going to be going into, at least you can start it with a moment to yourself and a moment of happiness and joy.
That's the point, because I knew what I was going into every morning, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
So I needed something for myself, and then it turned into this thing.
Right.
Like it started off as a 30-day challenge. Oh no, it started off as a week challenge, and then at the end of the week I was like, oh well, I'll just keep going till the end of the month. And then that just kept going, and now it's a year and a half almost. Well, yeah. December will be a year and a half.
So find your joy moment and make of it what you will. And let it be the inspiration. I don't do this in my videos.
I don't know what you're doing.
It was going.
It was going.
It was going. That's how I roll. I knew I was going to run short on like good words though, so I had to cut off. Anyway, we got somewhere to be. So
yeah, we got a flight to catch.
Yeah, so we had a great time. People can find you on all streaming platforms. Anyway, you'll find the links to her Instagram, website, and all those things below. Illustrated Melanin, and so on and so forth. And continue to follow me and keep up with everything. Be sure to subscribe, like, be notified, and return to the agency. We're out of here.